Thank you for joining in and being a part of this evening. This is Swapnil Chodankar on behalf of TCS Ion, and I welcome you all to this webinar where we will talk about can machine learning change financial management? Artificial intelligence, and more specifically, machine learning, is rapidly reshaping the financial world. From automating complex credit card risk evaluations to detecting fraud in real time, machine learning is making financial services faster, smarter, and more secure. It also plays a key role in transforming customer experience, optimizing investments, and personalizing financial products at scale. Now, to equip learners from this shift, TIH, TIDF, IIT Guwahati, in collaboration with TCS Ion, has launched a certificate program on AI in fintech. This program combines expert-led sessions with hands-on project to help you understand and apply AI in the financial domain. Now, as a part of this initiative, today's masterclass explores an important question. Can machine learning change financial management? In this session, you'll dive into the possibility and the practicalities of using machine learning in core financial functions and what this means for the future of the industry. Now, the key highlights is to understand how machine learning is changing the way financial decisions are made, to learn about the real world machine learning applications like banking, insurance, and financial planning, and to discover how does this program can help you build a career in the intersection of financial and AI, finance and AI. Whether you come from a finance background, an IT background, or a business background, this session offers exciting opportunities to explore how machine learning is redefining the financial landscape. And guided by this leading academic industry expert, we are honored and privileged to have Dr. Chiranjeev Soor from IIM Guwahati, who will be leading this insightful masterclass. Let me give you a quick introduction of Sir. So, Dr. Chiranjeev Soor is an assistant professor at Mehta School of Data Science and Artificial Intelligence and associate faculty, School of Business, IIT Guwahati. Dr. Soor works on various applications of AI in natural language processing, computer vision, automation, and healthcare informatics. He worked in GE Healthcare and Microsoft in California before joining IIT Guwahati in 2023. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, Swapnil. Thank you.
So let's begin the wonderful masterclass. My first question to you, Dr. Soor, is as machine learning continues to reshape the financial landscape, how do you see the fintech ecosystem evolving in the coming years? And what kind of career opportunities are emerging for students and professionals? And if you could also, throw some light on the key skills and roles that the learner should focus on to build a career in the fast-growing AI-driven domain. Over to you, sir.
So this is an exciting time for machine learning, and deep learning and all those things. So you can understand the hype. There's a continuous hype, but at one point of time, you will. Some of you are thinking of, upgrading your skill set. That is very nice, but there is some good news as well, mainly from the finance domain. You can already understand that a lot of IT jobs and I will not say manual, but some of the sectors which requires both information technology skills and soft skills, right? These will be replaced by AI agents. That is many people may need to transform that sector to some other sector which will require much more attention, right? So you can understand that some of these IT related skill sets, right, these are already being replaced by AI agents, but in finance sector that is not going to happen, okay, because the finance sector data is proprietary data. And whenever a company needs to develop some product or some capability to help, to provide it as a service, whenever they will do that, they need to develop everything from scratch because they cannot allow that data to be out of their organization. And there they will require huge amount of, manpower to manage different sectors. Some of the applications has already been, name called, like risk management and wealth management and all those things. But beyond that, there are a lot of things that can happen. And some of the, financial companies like maybe hedge fund, I can always, right? So hedge fund in United States, they are actually the wealth management companies. And BlackRock is the, one of the biggest wealth management companies. And to get, services from these kind of, organizations, people need to have a certain amount of wealth, then only they will entertain, right? So large part of the population in both Western countries and also in India, they are not getting the, advice or, how they can do better with their money, right? And that is the sector, gradually India will come into, because the wealth of Indian people are building up, and also there are, means other countries all around the world, they are also looking for options, which so you have to understand that the wealth management is not a generalized thing. Like for Masterclass, I can teach the same thing to every person, but wealth management, based on the wealth and the risk they want to take, the portfolio will be different. And it is not possible to hire so many financial gurus for everyone, and that can be really costly. And that's where AI will come in, and you can, um, provide them services at a very low cost, and the low cost will add up to very huge amount of, or revenue for this sector and this market, which is still not very, in the nascent stage, and that lots of things can happen. So if you have the right skills and if you understand the business aspects of how these companies are working and what are the, things they are doing, you come up with startups. There will be a lot of other companies which are, so I was talking to our BTech students. At least 50% of the BTech students are, placed, BTech data science student, they are placed in, financial domain, like Goldman Sachs, BNY, right? And Dean Shaw and all this. They do internships in there. And like, why do they need computation students in there? Because they are developing tools which can cater the Indian population. They're, of course, they're doing some lots of analysis on the different aspects of, like, if it is like which part of, like, where should you buy some land or some apartment in Mumbai, which will help you, grow your money from X to 2X in say 10 years. Which part will be getting going to develop? All these things needs to be analyzed, and also you can understand there are so many stocks options, right? And apart from wealth management, another important aspect is how they are going to comply with the laws and regulations which are imposed by different governments. And sometimes the laws changes, right? Like recently there was some law related to tax change, how it is going to affect your portfolio or your tax return, right? Now, someone who is already working, or many people will not be able to understand the intricacies. So there, this sector will grow because there should be a lot of people who can help people who with money and get them better returns, and how they should change their policies so that they can have their tax liability decreases, and at the same time uh, you know they can have a better time instead of taking stress over the of the money they have, right? And
Wonderful.
so this thing will continuously grow. The only thing is
Wow.
that these things are not part of the curriculum that we provide all over India. Only in US the Ivy Leagues are very good at it, creating manpower uh, for understanding the market and how they can what are the financial liabilities and how they can optimize all those things. But India, only a few, institutes offer this kind. So it is a great time to, absorb this content and gradually you will see, there are lots of, um, uh, decrease in jobs in Western countries. Those jobs will come to India because uh, not only the skill set that they require, it is in India, but also Indians, when they work in the IT sector, they cater to the whole world. That is a great plus point, which are not being offered by other countries around this region, right? So, yeah, it is a great time to catch up this content.
That's so wonderfully put, Doctor. Thank you so much. So, as you're encouraging words that this space is becoming more inclusive, and it's opening doors for learners from all the backgrounds, diverse backgrounds, not just finance or tech. So that's really nice. With that, let's begin the class. Let's dive deep into today's core, and I'll hand over the session to you. Over to you, sir.
So I think you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, you can just, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect, sir.
Yeah, so I will start with some examples because apparently everyone is learning machine learning and deep learning and other things, right? So now this is becoming like a daily necessity. You have to learn. What makes this course unique is we will be deep diving into the case specific things which will impact your skill set, right? So as you understand, like a MBA or any management course, it is not about the things that are being taught. It is the experience they go through that content and and when they have like when they go through the case studies, that's when they understand how they can use their existing skill set or some new skill set that they have acquired, how they are going to use them for in reality, right? So I will start with some of the examples and then I will try to explain why machine learning is required, right? So some of the examples are personal wealth management, right? Personal wealth management, like you have a lot of money, and how are you going to make invest? And again, another aspect that I want to put here is that in India, mostly, when we make investment, we make investment 100% most of the time. But in all other places, maybe in the businesses and others, they there are a lot of people who are there. Like you can say, angel investors, right? They do not have. They only invest in certain percentage in any of the startups or any of the industry, right? So gradually, you will see that the opportunity or the number of options they have is more than they can handle, right? So are you like I give a simple example, uh, like during the COVID period, all the stocks prices went down, but the healthcare stock prices went up. And there was one faculty in MIT. who invested a little bit of money in a healthcare sector, healthcare startup, gradually that person become millionaire, right? But that was I don't know. He has a strong belief that that kind of thing, that whatever company it is, that company is going to become successful at one point of time. But he or she has taken a huge amount of risk in that, right? So personal wealth, when gradually India will also have lots of options, and people will be looking for newer opportunities to invest their wealth. It is not only stocks, but also beyond stocks. I'm talking about investing in startups, investing in like properties, investing in whenever there is a, say, something is happening with a PPP model, there can also be some opportunities in those sectors as well. And gradually, government is more, willing to make both government and private partnership to come together and then invest in infrastructure and other sectors, right? And another, the second thing is compliance monitoring, right? Whenever you invest, like, or maybe I will say, I will put it up in this way. There are a lot of, tax havens all over the world where you can invest and you don't have to pay taxes. And many people, take advantage of that. But there are certain aspects which, as a person, you may not be able to invest in United States. That is, against compliance. In this way, gradually, when these things will come up, when lot of tax, lot of regulations and other things will be there, you need to do some monitoring and prediction, whether if you invest certain amount of money in a certain sector, is that going to be anti whether that is permissible or not. You have to figure it out. And these things are mostly done by human beings, very like people who are background in finance, and they have a good understanding of this law. So law and finance, right? So these two things needs to be, conquered in some way. But as engineers, will you be able to consider having another law degree and finance? It is not possible, right? So you have to take help of agents, AI agents, which are which are capable of generating not only text. We use ChatGPT and other things for text generation, but they are more than text. They can actually understand the language, and given a set of laws, they can give you some understanding whether the things which you are doing is actually complying with the law or not, right? And also customer service optimization. So you have to understand that many people in India, they may be willing to, have different kind of financial services, but they're not willing to pay something which, richer people or maybe Ambani's can pay. So I will show you one example where Reliance is, having a close pact with BlackRock. Okay, so BlackRock is a wealth management company, and they deal with uh, wealth of personal people and also for companies. Okay, there is a, like, it's a Microsoft, large part of their wealth and management managed by BlackRock. And you will see there was a controversy when the New Zealand Prime Minister, ex-Prime Minister, she visited BlackRock, and all of a sudden people started talking about how that happened, that she has so much wealth that she can afford, that BlackRock is actually offering her services, because she's in politics and she has no background in generating wealth, right? And so this some of the other examples are real-time expense management, right? So you have to understand that some of the aspects, like when a company invest in ads, right? most of the time, if you just go to Google and pay them some money, and they will provide you the ads. But there can be some, you can decide, okay, I have, 2 lakh rupees, and I'm going to invest in ads for my company. Now, where are the which are the sectors that you are going to invest your ads so that it have a larger reach, and also there is some, you need to be target the customer. Your customers should be targeted so that they convert into your real customers, right? So these things also needs to be figured out, and there's a huge sector in this, and gradually, like normally in India, we go to ad agencies, different sectors, and we invest personally. Personally means is individually, but there can be scenarios where uh, AI can help you in that, and you don't have to take services from market campaigners who are only interested in certain expertise which they have, right? Credit risk analysis. So in India and both in other countries. So in India, credit risk is minimized by very stringent policies. Okay. But in Western countries, the policies are a little bit lower, and each individual in average have 13 to 14 credit cards, and there the chances of credit card fraud happening is much more. Okay? And gradually, India is also tapping into this market because lots of credit cards are now being offered. At 10 years back, getting a credit card was actually a very difficult job unless you have a very and 10 years back there was no credit history, right? No, there's no Aadhaar and all those things. Gradually, it is coming in, and there are chances that this micro loaning sector will gradually grow, and there you will not have enough manpower to sit and investigate each and every individual, which then bank managers and bank officers do nowadays. It is not possible to do that. So you need to have AI agents and machine learning to decide on that sector, right? And sometimes writing for insurance companies, right? So nowadays the insurance, whatever the policies that are being offered, are actually uniform. At one point of time, there may happen that based on your customized preferences, like when you buy a car, you go for some insurances, and those insurances you can select the what slab are you going to have, right? And whenever that happens, uh, companies nowadays offer a uniform thing, but gradually what will happen, this uniformity will go away, and personalized things will come up, right? Like when you go to a restaurant, you order based on your preference, right? That's the thing will happen. And the behavior analytics. So whenever some person is interacting with an organization, what are his preference and other things, right? Based on the on his portfolio, you can predict that. That will help help the company to send that person to the right financial advisor, right? Nowadays, what happens is that you go to a bank, you ask one person, who will send you to another, and then that person will send you to another, and this thing keeps on happening. But gradually, you can also speed up the process and channelize the right person to the right. Similarly, debt collection and fraud detections are also there, right? Some of the loan approval I have already talked about. It is not only the loan, right? Like like consider I'm buying a certain apartment or houses, location in any place of in India, right? Now, if the loan agencies can estimate that the property of this place, like say Amravati, right? Amravati will be a great city after some time, right? If you buy some, and if like I know Amravati because of the political involvement, but there may be other information as well, which these loan companies or the banking sectors investigate and keep track, so that they can do some, they provide loan to those persons who are investing in here, so that at certain point of time they are secured. They know that they're going to return back the money, right? And investment strategies, algorithm trading, or which of the stocks will go up. These things you already know. Many people already involving in stocks, because that is the sector. Some of the startups and other companies are already there who are providing uh, information. But risk assessment, right? Like if you are just investing 50,000 rupees, it will not matter, mainly for people who are working in this IT domain. 50,000, losing 50,000 is not a problem. But imagine someone with a huge amount of money. You cannot have, like, so risk assessment is very important. And if you cannot do a risk assessment, then that person is not going to invest, right? Similarly, portfolio, customer insights, right? And claim processing. Claim processing comes whenever there is some credit card fraud happening, right? Which I buy something and then I claim that this is a fraud. Then how are the credit card company going to assess whether it is a fraud or not, right? Similarly, credit card scoring. Now we have civil score and other things. So there is so many things that can happen in this sector, which can help us evolve as we go forward. And each of these applications are not only individual applications; they are a cohort of multiple, smaller services which are being integrated together to give you a better insight, right? And some of these are data driven. That means these are backed by data which is being acquired or which are being analyzed by different uh, analyzed by the different uh, departments of that organization, and then those are pulled together, and these are not open, and that's why you will hardly find any of the finance data in the open domain, because this is proprietary, and the only way out is to create this data. Other data you can easily get some open source data, and you can start working from there. But finance is something which is very highly driven by compliance, and these are um, uh, the data which you collect from your customers. These are private data, and you can never make it public. And that's the advantage and disadvantage. Both things are true. And gradually, the finance sector will uh, grow as we move forward. Okay. So I so Mr. Swapnil, if you want to continue with your conversation, you can do that,
Sure,
and
sir.
then I can
Thank you
follow.
so much.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, thank you so much for taking us through this, the first half, and you broke down the concepts, and it was relatable. Gave some examples as well. So, thank you so much. I'll just take a quick moment and I'll tell our lovely audience about the collaboration that we have. So, as a part of our commitment to bringing you the best career options, we are thrilled to present an exceptional program launched with THI, TIDF, IIT Guwahati, and TCS ION. This is a 3 months live online course that shows artificial intelligence is being used in the world of finance. And you'll learn how real life applications like fraud detections, credit scoring, risk analysis, and algorithm trading. The sessions are being led by IIT Guwahati professors and fintech experts, like how you heard Mr. Dr. speak. Similarly, we've got many others who would be speaking on different topics, and it'll make it easier for you to understand both technical and financial concepts. Now, whether you're from finance background or a tech background, this course will help you build skills that are in high demand today. You all see this on your computer screens. So it's a total of 36 hours of experiential learning, and there are weekday sessions as well. So there's a flexibility out there for those who are working population. There'll be live lectures, doubt clearing sessions. So that's there. We've got case studies based on learning as well. So that's going to help you all. You all see the potential career path that's mentioned out there. Once when you all are done with this certification program, what can you all choose? all those are mentioned out there. And what is the eligibility criteria, if you would ask me? So students pursuing engineering, MBA, BA, BBA, BCom, MCom, BSc, MSc. So this is all for you all. And if you're a job seeker, working professional, 0 to 3 years experience, who want to build a future and ready skills in tech or in finance roles, this is the course for you. And the salary would range anywhere from 7 to 20 lakhs per annum. So that's a really huge jump. We can move on to the next slide. Meanwhile, if you all have any questions, you all can always write to us and we'd be more than happy to answer them. Uh, so here you see, the hands-on expertise on which all topics. The price, the most important thing is mentioned out there. It says it's 11,499. So that's the commencement date is mentioned out there. We also have given you the QR code, so it's easier for you all to scan and just land on the microsite or the link where it will show you all more about this course. You see the faculty out there. We've got these privileged speakers. It's an honor to have Dr. Chiranjeev Sur with us today, and he's giving his expertise. Similarly, we've got other professors as well. So this is about the course. We'll also put in the registration link for you in the chat, so that's easier for you to just click and go to the page. So there's a question already. Dr. Chiranjeev, if you don't mind, I'll ask you the question right now. The question that we have is from Narendra: how to train new languages in a Banjara language used to LLM model. Do you have information about this, sir?
Yeah. So normally when you train up a model, right, you have to first collect some data, right? And most of the time, the models which are being released by Western countries like GPT and Llama, and these are trained on their models. And the most important thing is how you evaluate your model, right? So they have curated their own data set and trained up those models, but those things are not applicable in India. And if you need to train up those models, you have to also create how are they going to be useful to. So these are specific cases, like if you are uh, uh, using a particular language in India, like say Marathi, you have to collect some data. That data may not be very specific to any sector, but you have to collect some generalized data and then
Right.
use some specific finance. Maybe you are trying to help some people in Maharashtra to help them to invest, say, in agriculture sector, not in directly going into cultivation, but how they can co-invest with other people so that they can extract some information out of it, right? So you have to create some specific cases, what are the sectors or how they can proceed, and then see how these models are actually working. You have to keep on
Wonderful.
training
Mm.
through we will go through this large language model training and other things, and also how to use some existing trained models to use it instead of training it, which can be very costly. You can use some existing models to use it to your advantage. We will also go through that. So there is no one line answer. It is a
Right.
process how you can use the models, how you can extract the, so as you can understand, machine learning is some mathematical modeling, right?
Right.
And that mathematical modeling, the output of the mathematical modeling is gradually changed into language.
Right.
And the better you understand what you need to generate, you can always do that,
That's
right?
really interesting, Dr. Sood. Thank you so much. We've also got questions from Ravi Kumar. Is there placement available? And I also got another question. So I just wanted to tell you all that at the end of the course, depending on how you all do during the certification program, there is a certificate that you will get from TIH, TIDF, IIT Guwahati, and TCS Ion. This is a joint certification. This certification will surely help you and give you the advantage that you're looking for to get a placement. So you all will, it will definitely add on to your resume. That's one thing that I can guarantee you. And also, somebody asked me, are there recorded sessions available? Yes, you all will get recorded sessions available for this particular course. For example, if you are working, say if you've missed you missed attending a class, there will be a recorded session that you all can view and watch that later. And so that's what Akshay is writing. Say, I joined late due to some work. Will there be any recorded lecture? Yes, you all will surely get that recorded lecture. I've got a question, sir, from Kushi, who says, I'm pursuing LLB after my graduation in BCom. I want to know more about the course and the direction of taxation department. So will this course touch upon something like that, taxation department as well in the program?
Yes, like whenever any financial sector, whatever the modeling that should comply with the rules and regulation of that country, right? So like if you are using a loan uh, approver model, then it should comply with the regulations that are being imposed by the Reserve Bank, right? So we will take some of case studies from that as well, so that people can understand. Because means whenever there is a loan sanction happens, that report needs to be sent to the Reserve Bank for checking and other things. So AI agents will help you to do that and also develop models. Or not AI agents, I will tell you, but machine learning as such will help you to you know uh, create this kind of scenario, automate this kind of scenario, and gradually it will be much more helpful, mainly for like I was returning some taxes, right? And lots of so the tax return website has some formulations and other things, right? But still I have doubt whether what I should feel and where I should not feel, and what will be the implications, right? We have to have a understanding of that law, and then only we can do that. And sometimes only tax agents do that because many people don't understand. If you develop machine learning models which can replace that, then that is a great opportunity. And we will definitely, whenever we will take up some examples, whenever, like apart from sentiment analysis for news data and other things, whatever banking sector formulation that will be discussed, that needs to be aligned as a, yeah, I can understand that most of the things we follow the Western countries, especially US, because they are more pioneering on that, but that is not applicable for India. We have to reinvent the wheel and understand and
Right.
what needs to be done. Right. I hope I have answered your question. We will definitely take up
Absolutely.
some examples which will help you. You have a tax background, or you understand law. If you can understand machine learning, how to use information on your domain to come up with a service, right? That will be a great uh, opportunity for you. If you okay, yeah, you can continue.
Sure, sure. So there's this one last question that I will take, and then I'll hand over the session back to you. Akshay wants to know if the certificate will be at the campus or it will be online. So Akshay, the certificate will be given to you online. Okay. And so Harish has a question. How will this training help for a practical working space? So I believe that this person is already working, a working professional, and he wants to know how would this program help this person or any person who's a working professional.
Okay, so you have to understand that gradually the job sector will evolve. Okay, some of the jobs which are now, those things will not be there, sometimes down the line. Okay, so acquiring new skills will always help you to, maybe your company is creating another product in the finance domain. If you have this certification, you can directly jump in, right? And you can easily understand finance sector. You will always have some profit, irrespective of like If you are like normal, if you keep your money in the bank, that is 7% interest or 6% interest, right? If you like, if you have anything beyond that, that is a profit. So most of the time, the finance sectors drive many of the companies, right? Like if you say GE, right? Most of the, their peak time was dominated by GE Capital, right? And now after GE Capital went down due to various reasons, now they are with their technology in aviation, healthcare, and power, right? Other things are being sold. Anyway, I'm not going to that, but GE Capital was a dominant that GE was the only company in United States who were offering pension to their employees who were retiring or taking voluntary retirement, which they had to cut because of various reasons. But I'm trying to tell you that this sector will keep on growing, and this is very, focused and like imagine during COVID time, companies who have created or adopted this UPI, API to create a app. Whoever uses it, they get a little bit of profit in that, and if they can expand, profit will keep on coming in infinitely and for years, and they don't have to do anything, right? So this is a very in exciting sector, and if you can engage AI with that, lot of other opportunities can also come in, which is not there at this moment. Yeah.
That's very well said, Dr. Sur. Wonderful. Well, somebody asked me about the EMI option, which is a really, really good question. Yes, EMI is available. That's no cost EMI would be available. So you can check the details on the site. Just click on the link. You will get more information. And I'm also grateful to Abhijit, who's mentioned answering questions in the chat. Thank you so much, Abhijit. So over to you, sir.
So I was talking about that law student who was there. So if you remember Mohan the spy, who was at one point of time, he was part of the top level management for Infosys. He has a degree in law, and he was a chartered accountant, and he was still working in this domain on, now he's in mostly in politics. He's a political commenter guru and something of that kind. But I'm trying to tell you that actually knowing the law and finance and other things, he was able to formulate different kinds of IT products in a much better way than what an engineer can do, right? And yeah, of course, you will not be able to do that, but at least understanding. So he did it in a bottoms up. That means he started from scratch and then had a good understanding of the compliances and other things. Whereas what you will do through this course is you start from top. You will see some specific cases and have an understanding, and gradually you will go to the deeper into details of what are the things that can be done and what means what cannot be done, right? Another important thing, the Indian government is very serious about finance sector, because that is a sector that is going to drive everything forward. And they have done some exceptional work on, UPI. You already know, but there are other sectors they are also trying to evolve, and the main important thing is how they can integrate a large part of the population into the tax slab, because only 3% of our population return taxes, or maybe now it is 5 to 6%. So there is, compared to that, in United States, around 87% people return taxes. That is a huge number. And also you will like at one point of time, sorry to say this, but when you had some kind of a short-term course in maybe in an academic organization or any other private organization, there was no tax levied on that coursework. It was tax-free. But now you have to pay 18% tax, because this tax is actually helping the government understand how the sector is actually growing, and also invest this money into other opportunities that can come up, right? So there is a huge, push from the government to uh, make people work in various domains and create opportunity. And AI is a um, like you can understand that since a lot of people, like not lot, everyone is learning AI, right? You have to understand the what are the opportunities, and AI will drive lots of products forward, because at one point of time it was limited to domain knowledge. Only person who has done a degree on that, now they can give some advice, but now it is not there. You have AI agents who any point of time will give you more better experts than not better advices than anything else, right? So what is machine learning, or maybe machine learning we will cover in details in the class, but why machine learning, right? So it helps in prediction, right? So when you have a lot of data, right, instead of manually going through each and every document or each or every cases, which nowadays they do, right? So if you go to a to a government office, the officer will go through all the case files and they will give you advice on that, or they will give you solution based on that. That can be automated. And nowadays, even government sectors are also investing a lot, because recently, uh, there are I think you heard of ANRF, that is the SERV, which is part of DST, which used to provide uh, funding for different individuals, right? Individuals, I will call it academicians, right? So they got 20,000 proposals for this year, right? And it is not feasible to review 20,000 proposals. They have to use AI to understand whether the proposals actually worth pursuing or not, or where worth investing or not, right? And also another important thing is that uncertainties. There are many scenarios, like if it is a credit card fraud, the fraud thing which is happening will not be part of your data. It will be something which will happen, and which cannot be monitored by the system, because that has not happened before. That uncertainty can be captured with mathematical models and machine learning, and it is fast. It can be made more reliable. It is data driven, and with generative AI, now it is explainable. You can ask or get an information of how compliance this is, and why the agent is feeling it is more compliant, right? You don't need to practice or have experience to deal with that, right? So that's why machine learning will definitely be, uh, you know, uh, uh, it will help you or help any organization create better products, and also products which are much more interesting and also, helpful, right? So I will quickly go through some of the examples, or just to motivate you why there will be so much opportunity in this finance sector. So some of the things like high frequency trading and algorithm trading, which can automate your investment, right, and make money right away. So you don't need to sit back and click through all the things to make things work, right? So algorithm trading is risky, but it can be made much more reliable, right? And also, based on the risk that the person is wants to take, it can be made personalized, right? Recently, okay, so BlackRock actually has a platform called Aladdin, right? They actually integrates lots of machine learning techniques for different, investment and analytics. So I have already told you a large part of the finance sector is analyzing the market. Like what should be the price of this house in the next 10 years. They are going to predict, and that can only be predicted when they can understand the demography and make things out of it, right? And also, you see there's a news where Geo Financials are collaborating with BlackRock, because if they come, BlackRock, if they come in India, they have to, make their rules a little bit easier, so that a large part of our population can or take those advantage of their services. But they are not willing to do that, because there is a certain, like, if you need to have $1 billion to take services from BlackRock. Beyond that, they will not even entertain, right? And same thing happens for hedge funds and other. And in US, there is a law that companies who are either hedge fund or BlackRock, they don't advertise. So many people don't even know that they exist. But in India, we don't have that compliance. So Reliance Finance, and they can easily approach Indian citizen and make better opportunities for them, right? Similarly, hedge funds, they are the most, like they are the best money making industry in the whole world, because they have really good people, very smart finance with smart people with great financial background, and they analyze the microstructure of the market, so that they can't lose money, because many people are trusting them with their money, and they don't charge services. They charge a percentage of the profit they make for their clients, right? So they have to make money, and and that is when they will get some money out of it, right? Similarly, credit card risk and other things I have already discussed, right? Fraud detection and other behavioral analytics you can perform. But apart from that, let's go through some of the important things. Large banks and financial institutes have huge amount of documents and data, and they don't know how to deal with this document and integrate to their business models. So that's where some of the people will engage in understanding the natural language and the terminologies and the outcome of those documents, or those analysis which they are being made down the lane, right? 50 years of data or 40 years. Some of the banks like JP Morgan, they are established maybe more than 100 years ago. They have so much data. They need people who can integrate those things as part of their digital strategy of data-driven decision making. And also they have to monitor social media, because social media also drives lots of trades and investment and other things. So there's so much things that can be done. And also JP Morgan has this coin contract intelligence, which they use for different document processing, and also detecting or making personalized banking recommendation and decision making. Okay. PayPal also uses fraud detection and other things, because in Western countries, you don't need a PIN to swipe your credit card. In India, you need a PIN. If you use it online, you need a OTP and other things. In Western countries, they don't need. And that's why the fraud level is very high. Compared to that, in India, fraud level is low, but there is still a lot of frauds which happens in this sector, and that's the monetary loss for the organization, and they need to take care of that, right? And Goldman Sachs, they have a Marcus platform. So every domain or every organization came up with their platform. So platform, it is a combination of multiple features or services, and each of those services are driven by multiple, APIs and other, models and other things which combine together to, drive their features forward. It is just not one set of decision that is happening. Sometimes it will churn their database and come up with some solutions, right? And American Express, they also, try to understand the customer churn and suggestion retention strategies and, spending patterns and other things so that they can come up with strategies so that they can incentivize people to stay into their platform, and that will be a money for them. Unless they can understand the sentiment of the people of the market, they will not be able to, propose some incentive for their customers. And Bloomberg also, so Bloomberg is not directly into this uh, sector of finance, but they have services which actually helps financial or institutes to, change their strategies or prioritize their sectors so that they can make more profit. So Bloomberg have a totally different system. They're more in AI than in finance, and there is so much, and they support portfolio managers of other organizations. And Alipay, they also have some fraud detection AI-based models to do that. And Citigroup, they also do trading in foreign exchange and everything. So the foreign exchange, like when you convert $1 to rupees, this value is driven by government policies, the trade which is happening between India and United States, and lots of other things, right? So they can, if you can predict, they can also, in India, foreign exchange does not happen, but it is fine. Maybe in the future that will happen, and this can be an opportunity. And also Morgan's Stanley Wealth is a platform for personal investment, and Square is like we have UPI, right? It is an interface. Square is something which provides lots of small restaurants interfaces for payment and other things, and they can also use where they, and since the smaller restaurants and other places, they're not willing to invest in something like some Square investments, they're not willing to pay for that. So that's where they provide them some loans so that they can use their product, and gradually when their revenue increases, they can put forward. Okay. And Dutch Bank also has some processing for monitoring, and also payment document processing. And so, yeah, so these are some of the sectors which are they're already driving in, and they can, there will be lots of other things which will come in the future, right? But this is an exciting time to understand, financial business, and understand how we can push things forward. In this course, we will not, make you expert in everything, but we will give you a good start, and that good start will help you to, proceed further with each of the domain, and you will be able to, grasp the knowledge on your own, and move forward and make difference for them.
Thank you so much, Dr. Soor. It was really an incredible session. I mean, the examples that you gave, real life examples, and the overall presentation that you provided was really helpful to understand the concept better. And yes, I saw that a lot of questions came around that, and we've answered most of the questions as well. So we've already overshot the time as well. So I just wanted to thank you, Dr. Soor, for this wonderful masterclass today, and
Thank
for
you
your
for
time and
this
your presence
conversation.
on our platform. And I also want to thank all our attendees today who asked the questions, who are actively present. Thank you so much. If you have any more questions, any concerns, you all can always write to us at info.tcsionhub at tcs.com. That's our email ID. And just want to wish you all the best of luck for your future. And thank you once again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation, and have a great rest of the day.